Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited to have you here at our Thumbtack Pro Summit. My name is Josh McCawley, and I'm one of the managers of our sales teams here at Thumbtack. I'm really excited to meet all of you and have this opportunity to talk about something that my team actually works with all of our pros on pretty much a daily basis. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll be talking about converting leads into paying customers. This isn't about just being fast, it's about being effective, personal, and professional in every interaction. We'll be sharing our top tips and some helpful Thumbtack tools to help you close more deals. So when a customer sends you a request, the first pro to respond often has a significant advantage. Think of it like a race. The customer has a problem that they want solved now, and the fastest, most effective solution usually wins. Make sure your notifications are on and you're ready to jump on that new lead as soon as it comes in. Our data shows that responding within the first 5 minutes dramatically increases your chances of getting hired. So that's my first tip. Make sure your notifications are on so you can jump on that new lead as soon as it comes in. Our data shows that pros who respond to a lead within 30 minutes are 25% more likely to get hired than those who respond within 3 hours. Now, speed's crucial, but a poor initial response can kill a lead just as easily as you being slow. Your goal, again, be quick and personal. A poor response is like a car that's fast off the line, but has a faulty engine or a broken steering wheel. It might start strong, but it's ultimately going to crash and burn. So we're going to talk about some strategies to help with quick, well-crafted messages that will help increase your chances of converting that lead into a job. Remember, it's about being fast, but also personal to each and every customer. But Josh, I have a business to run. I can't possibly stare at my phone all day waiting to pounce on a lead. I get it. We all understand that. You're a business owner wearing tons of hats, getting pulled in all these different directions. As much as we'd like you to, you can't spend every minute of the day on Thumbtack. So because of that, we've built out some tools to give you a hand. Let's learn about our first tool, which is quick replies. This is a great, easy way to quickly send a personalized, well-written response without having to type them out every single time. Now, a lot of you here today might be new to the platform, but some of you have probably noticed that as you're typing out every message to that new customer, they all start to kind of look the same. So why not take one or two examples that you're constantly writing out and save them that you can quickly edit and send out to that new customer. Now I'm going to show you a quick video of how quick replies work and how you can use them. All of the videos we're going to show you today are going to be available at our help center in our video library. So don't feel like you need to write down notes. You can always go back and watch them. Now let's learn a little bit more about quick replies.
Have you ever needed to message a customer but didn't have time? Saved replies are templates you create to help you respond quickly, even when you're busy. To create a saved reply, you can save a message you've already written or start fresh. First, let's save a message you've already written. Find your Messages tab and tap Open a Conversation. Tap and hold a message you want to save, then tap Save Template. Edit if necessary and give the template a descriptive title so you can find it later. You can store up to 100 saved replies, so those titles come in handy. When you're finished, tap Save. To create a new saved reply, tap the bookmark. Tap the plus sign and write your reply. Add a title, then tap Save. To send a saved reply, tap the bookmark. You'll see any templates you've already created and can edit or delete them here. Find the one you want to send and tap to add it to the messenger. Customize the template with specific details like the customer's name and project info. Before sending, it's always good to make sure your message is clear and error-free. This takes a little time but shows you're paying attention and you want the job. When you're ready, tap Send. Next time you get a message while you're working, don't wait to respond. Send a saved reply to say you're on another job and we'll follow up later. Thanks for watching.
Pretty handy feature, right? Now let me show you how our pros have been using quick replies and what it's done for their business so they can share a few other practical tips for responding quickly to customers. Let's hear from Jacob of Vintage Lawn Service and Jack of Electric Avenue.
When you offer a service like ongoing lawn maintenance, a simple irrigation repair, a simple plumbing fix, anything that you're going to do over and over again, having quick replies is really helpful. Most of the time, the prices are going to be very similar from job to job. So having a reply already pre-created, ready to go, and sent with just a tap makes the whole discussion much quicker. Every time I've talked to a client, anytime I miss them, it's usually because someone responded first. But that doesn't happen with Thumbtack. Because with Thumbtack, with those quick replies, I'm able to send the message right away because I already have it written out and I can just send it with one tap.
Quick replies have helped us land jobs we used to miss because of response time. One example, a homeowner reached out about an EV charger installed at 8 p.m. On an old panel. I used our saved quick reply with a small edit, mentioned we specialize in older Portland homes and know how to handle older electrical systems. They booked a walkthrough the next morning and became a repeat customer. For us, the system turned into I'll get back to them later into book the job before the other guys replied.
Jacob, that was a great example of how quick replies can save you valuable time and can be sent with just one tap. And Jack, it's awesome to hear that quick replies have helped you win a repeat job that you might have missed due to a poor response time. Remember, speed is important, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. There's another piece to build strong customer connections, and that's personalization. Let's talk about why tailoring each message to the customer really makes a difference. And let's start with this great video from our help center.
Show customers you're paying attention by reading through all of the details in their message. When you go to write a response, here are some tips.
First, personalize the message. Show the customer you're invested in their project and can deliver on their specific needs. Even if you're in a hurry, it's worth it to write a friendly, personalized message. Use the customer's name and reference specific details from their request.
Next, express interest. Show the customer you want the job. Don't be afraid to say you're excited or use an exclamation point in your message.
Then, answer questions directly. Show the customer you read their full message. If they asked you questions in their message, be sure to answer them in your response.
When you highlight their project details and show you're excited, customers can tell you're paying attention, and that shows them you want the job. Thanks for watching.
Those may seem like little things, but they make a huge difference. Now let's hear again from Jacob and Jack about one tip they have to craft personalized messages and show customers that they're paying attention.
One easy way you can personalize your message to clients is just adding their name into the message. Prepare a message beforehand where it says, "Hey," leaves a blank space for the name, "we'd love to come work for you." So if I'm messaging Melissa, "Hey," type in Melissa, we'd love to come work for you. Just follow this link right here and we'd be able to get you a quote. Or just send us a few pictures, we'd be able to get you a quote. If they don't respond after a day or two, maybe send them another message and say, "Hey, Melissa, we've been looking forward to hearing from you. Do you have any questions? Are you still looking for this service?" Just putting a name in the message is enough usually to have a person feel it's personalized, it was sent with care. You at least gave the attention to know what their name is and put their name into it.
People can tell if you care by the little things, using their name, mention something specific they said, and don't sound robotic. I usually reference one detail from their project, like their old panel, their family, or their animals. I always ask them about their animals if they have animals. Then you end with a clear next step, like I can swing by tomorrow between 10 and 12 for a quick walkthrough. That sets your expectations. Never underestimate their tone. Friendly and confident beats sales every time. Keep it conversational. like how you talk with a neighbor asking for help with their house.
Thanks, Jacob. Excellent suggestion to just add the customer's name to your message. It's so easy, but that goes a long way. And great tip, Jack. Always have a clear next step for your customer. So we've seen how personalization and speed go hand in hand when communicating with customers on Thumbtack. But what if you could keep that same balance without having to manage every message yourself? That's where Front Desk comes in. This is another service available to you that helps you respond quickly with a personal touch, but make sure that you can focus on running your business. I'm excited to share with you how it works with another great video.
Welcome to Front Desk, Thumbtack's automated messaging service. It manages your introduction for you so you can focus on running your business. Day or night, and even on the weekends, Front Desk makes sure you're responding quickly to important leads. That way, your business keeps growing even when you're offline. So, here's how it works. During the setup call with our team, you'll write your custom introductory message. In this message, you can explain your services, map out your pricing options, or even ask the customer a question. Customers won't know Front Desk is sending the message for you, so make sure it's friendly and represents you. Then when you get a new lead, Front Desk will automatically send that first response to your customer within an average of 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes are important because your response time affects your ROI. From there, it's up to you. Customers can respond to your intro message, or you can reach out again to get the conversation going. And those are the basics. See you next time.
So that was a great look at how Front Desk helps keep responses fast and personal. If you're interested, we can share out a link in the chat to schedule a call with our Front Desk team. And as Mark mentioned earlier, our teams are actively working on a Front Desk Plus AI receptionist tool, which is not only going to respond to messages, but can also answer calls, vet customers, and book jobs directly on your calendar. Here's a link to a waitlist for that too. So even with a service like Front Desk, staying connected with customers doesn't stop at the first reply. Following up is just as important. It's often what turns an initial lead into that book job. Let's talk about an approach to follow-ups and the impact that they can have on actually closing that deal. So we all know in today's world, everyone is busy and your initial message can easily get buried in someone's inbox. That's why our sales team recommends a powerful follow-up strategy we call the rule of 3, which is very fancy. This isn't about being annoying. It's about being persistent and professional. The rule is simple. Over 3 consecutive days, you make 3 different contact attempts using 3 different methods. So that's a total of 9 touch points in just 3 days. I'll explain a little bit more about that in detail. So your first method of contact is going to be through the app messenger. This is the most recommended and direct way to connect with your customers initially. Again, make sure to demonstrate that you're willing to work with them and available to chat more if they'd like to talk more about their project. Now, your second touch point is going to be a phone call. This is the more efficient way to connect with unresponsive customers who didn't answer your initial app message. Make sure you leave a voicemail with your contact info, so if they do decide to call you back, they can do so. Finally, if you haven't heard back from your customer, your third touch point is a text message. A short, friendly text can be a great way to get a quick response. This is your last and final attempt to re-engage with them. And as PJ mentioned earlier, this will become even easier as we roll out private Thumbtack phone numbers, which will deliver your message directly to their text message inbox. Now, the rule of 3 is just one strategy that can make following up easier and more efficient. But we also know that every pro has their own way of staying in touch with their customers. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's definitely about finding what works best for you and using that every single time. There's a Harvard Business Review study that found the average amount of touch points on a lead is about 4.5. So by implementing a more structured and persistent approach with the rule of 3, well, that's 9 touch points, which no math major, but that is twice as many chances to engage with your customer and hopefully close that deal. Now, to give you some more inspiration, let's bring back Jacob and Jack one last time to share how they handle follow-ups and how it's helped them close more jobs on Thumbtack.
As soon as a service starts for, springtime or fall, for instance, leaf cleanups in the fall or fertilizer and grass seeding in spring, as soon as that season comes up, I go and message all the cold leads. Anyone on Thumbtack that we've offered services to before, but at that time didn't hire us, I go ahead and message them again and say, hey, Candace, hey, Justin, hey, Jason, we have this service that is perfect for this season. Are you in need of fertilizer right now? Are you in need of core aeration, grass seeding, leaf cleanup? And we offer those services and just message them again. There is no harm in sending a text over to someone you haven't talked to in a while, and it's one of the easiest ways to remind a company we're still out there. They might have hired another pro from somewhere else and decided, I didn't like this technician very much. And that could be the open door for you to have a new customer for years to come.
I treat follow-ups as customer service, not sales. If someone doesn't respond, I'll send a short, helpful message like, hey, Dusty, just checking in to see if you still need help with that panel upgrade. No rush. Happy to swing by if you're still deciding. And we've booked dozens of jobs from that kind of friendly nudge. It shows reliability and consistency, qualities people want when hiring a contractor. Sometimes I'll also add a recent review link or mention that we're scheduling it to next week, which builds urgency without pressure.
Thanks, Jacob. Messaging cold leads is such a great tip for winning new customers. And Jack, I love the suggestion to treat follow-ups like customer service, not just sales. So to put a whole bow on it and summarize, closing more leads is a lot like running a race. Winning comes down to a few key moves. Getting off the line quickly by responding fast, taking smart turns by making your responses personal, relying on the best equipment with the tools we built for you, and keep that momentum going by following up. Mastering these strategies means you're not just chasing opportunities, you're setting the pace as a professional who's reliable, responsive, and ready to deliver for a customer. That's going to bring us to the end of our session on closing more leads, where you've covered the course, and now you have the tools and knowledge to stay ahead of the competition and win the race by closing more leads. All right, we got some time now for Q&A. Excited to get into it. I do want to introduce my two awesome pros I got with me as well. They're going to be helping out with Q&A. So I got Jacob Romke from Vintage Lawn Service. Jacob, do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, thank you, Josh. Hi, I am Jacob with Vintage Lawn Service. We've been offering lawn care, one-time cleanups, irrigation repair in the San Jose, California area for about 6 years. I hopped on Thumbtack right out of high school, and from there, it's been full stream ahead. Thumbtack's been a game changer for us.
Sweet, man. Glad to have you here. And then I got Tony Cons from Wise Choice Home Services. Tony, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, how's it going? My name's Tony, Wise Choice Home Service here in Denver, Colorado. We've been using Thumbtack now for going on 5 years. Prior to this, I worked with coaching real estate agents and other contractors on how to do lead response. So I'm very well versed in the process.
Awesome. Great to have you too. At this point, we'll open it up for Q&A. If you have a question, feel free to turn your camera on, unmute yourself, hit the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen, or if a little shy, you can put it in the chat as well. And myself or Saeed, who's my great moderator, we'll get to it and make sure we get you an answer. But let's open it up. It's like Matthew is the first one up. Hi, Matt. Thanks for being here. Make sure you unmute yourself.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So I've been with Thumbtack, I guess, close to 10 years now.
Awesome.
And I've noticed over the years, I'm a fitness trainer. I own a business here in Columbus, Ohio. But I've noticed that it gets harder and harder to get leads. Is there another way I can make myself stand out with the competition? All the things that you guys mentioned are great. The last one with the follow-ups, I think that's fantastic. I've never actually done that before. But making myself stand out a little bit more. I think my profile is phenomenal. I've done everything Thumbtack has asked me to do, but it's getting harder over the past really since COVID, it's getting harder. So any ideas or suggestions?
Yeah, great question. I'll hit you with an OH because I'm also in Columbus.
There we go.
I'll throw that to Tony and Jacob. How are you guys helping your businesses stand out when seems like there's so much competition?
Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, so there'd be a number of ways to go about that. So I'm in the lawn care industry. A big deal that people care about would be before and after pictures. I think you said that you were doing personal training, so that would still apply, although that's more of a human element to it, instead of just a overgrown landscape. But uh, one thing that I've neglected just a bit on Thumbtack is their projects, where they give you an idea of you can list out the entire project. You can show how much it cost, how long it took, what was the expectation. More of those is always better. Try to have three, four, five, six of those. That's always overlooked from any person I've talked to who uses Thumbtack. That might be something to reconsider. And
Mhm.
also going back and looking and going, oh, I said that I charge $40 for that, but no, I charge $90 for that now. I've upgraded the service a lot more than this is going to show. So when people reach out to you on Thumbtack, they go, "Yeah, your service is $40, right?" And you go, "No, we have a much bigger service that's 90." And they go, "Oh, I saw it was 40." And so we think it's updated, and the system hasn't been updated since 2014 when prices were a lot different in 2014 than now. And everything is very outdated. Those would be the kind of things I'd look at. Make sure that your website link is live, your phone number is clear, and maybe look at, okay, these are messages that the messages I send automatically to them haven't been updated in 2 years. Maybe it's time to actually look into something that would work better.
Okay, great.
Matthew, do you like talk about reviews a lot with your customers?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's the
I've got a
biggest tip
ton
I
of
can give you,
reviews on
man.
there. Yeah, I've got a
It's
lot of
just
positive
becoming
reviews
like
on there.
super adamant about asking
Yeah.
everybody for a review. The more reviews you can get, the better. That's going to be huge.
Okay.
I'll hit you with one more, Matthew. So I don't know if this is a tab that people are using a lot, and if you're not, do the performance tab. So this will let you see how many search results you've appeared in, how many times someone clicked on your profile, and then how many times that turned into a lead. So what I always talk about with my team when we're working with pros is if you're getting clicked on a lot, but no one's reaching out to you, that's a low conversion rate. That's almost like someone walking up to your storefront and seeing peeling paint or a light bulb flickering or a stray cat running in front of them, like, oh God, I don't want to go in there. And then they don't. So I would use that as a signal of there's something on my profile that's not connecting with my customers. Maybe it connects to me because I'm a little too close. So have a friend, have a family member look at your profile and say, hey, this is appealing to me or this is not appealing to me.
Okay.
People like logos, not pictures of your face. Face is great, but people like logos. Intros that are very in depth. You know, you're asking someone to reach out to a stranger about something, especially like personal fitness. It's very personal to them. So
Right.
I would suggest looking at the performance tab and see what does that conversion look like. I love the suggestions from Jacob and Tony as well. But again, if people aren't using that performance tab, like that is a gold mine of information about what people actually think about your business when they look at it. And maybe it's time for an update.
Great. Thank you.
Absolutely. John, you're next up. What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Good. What's up?
Good. Thank y'all for all your insight. I just wanted to ask you about, direct, as opposed from direct leads to opportunities. Is there any insight as to how to get contacted? Because I've got my preferences set fairly high. I've got, 4.7 review. Probably not as many reviews as I should be getting on a, customer basis. But how can I maximize my ability to get potential leads through opportunities as opposed to just direct leads?
Great question. Jacob, Tony, you guys seen success with opportunities or how you imagine it?
Go ahead,
This comes
Tony.
from direct leads. I don't do a lot with the opportunities myself. And Josh, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I understand correctly, an opportunity is a direct lead for somebody else, and then it becomes an opportunity for us after the fact. So,
Correct. Yeah. So
um,
that is someone who one of two things, John. You were either in their search results because you do the type of job that they're looking for, and they looked at your like, let's take Matthew for example. They look at Matthew's profile like, nah, I'm good, and then they never reach out to him. Or the job is different than the type of job that you do, so you never even showed in search results for them. Whatever the reason is, they chose not to reach out to you in the first place, as opposed to a direct lead you might receive. They obviously saw your profile, chose to reach out to you directly because you do that type of job.
Okay. All right. Thank you all.
Yeah. We got about 5 minutes left, so we definitely got time for some more questions. Who's next up in the hot seat? Mo, how you doing? What's up? Mo, you're muted. Mo going once.
Hello.
Hey, Mo, what's up?
How are you all doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I've been on Thumbtack for a little while now. I do photography and can you all hear me?
Yeah.
I do photography in the Florida Panhandle area, and the difficulty, one of the difficulties that myself and other photographers I know on the platform are having is um we set our prices. Hold on, am I on video? We set our prices and hold on. We set our starting. Can you all see me?
Yep.
Yeah, I set my starting price for family sessions, for example, at $400 because I service like the Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Panama, Pensacola Beach. Like summertime, it's very busy around here. But then I still get leads where the person is looking for a photo session costing them $125. And that lead will cost me anywhere between $15 and $20, depending on the season. As a sole proprietor, that is not it's not very it's not sustainable, and it has actually caused myself and a very good buddy of mine who's also a photographer, we do same area, to consider leaving the platform. I've not left, and I've been on Thumbtack now for 3-4 years. I have about 80 80 reviews, and people seem to like my work. It's not my full-time job, it's a side gig, but I love it. So my question is, how has Thumbtack considered only showing my profile to people that meet certain criteria? Like if you want a short session, hey, I just did 15 minutes, 5 pictures. I'm not driving to Destin from Pensacola for that. The drive alone is an hour for me. So I don't want to get those leads. I don't mind the competitive nature of where I live. People get gigs over me. That's the nature of the beast. I get that. But one of the things that really frustrates me is I'll get a lead from somebody and their starting price is $250. My starting price on the app is $400. So when I get those leads, I'm like, that's not my starting price. And I'm a customer on Thumbtack too. I had to get a plumber at my house the other day to fix my daughter's sink. And I'm knowing the system, I only send one lead to one person because I look at their work, like it, and they unfortunately were not available, but they gave me the name of somebody else. And some of these people who are actually sending these leads, they'll send 5 leads for one job, but they don't know that each of those photographers is going to cost them money. And I've actually had a conversation with the clients, and I was like, "Do you know?" And they said, "No, we don't know." "Oh, I didn't know it cost." I would have sent only one lead, and the lead didn't even fit my.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
So the best advice I could give for that would be in your Thumbtack, in the main place where you can describe your services, you should say, book your family appointment now. These family appointments start at $300 or $400, as I think you said, and have a price listed there where it says, get your family booking. It can start at $325. If you list something there, as well as make, as I was saying earlier, a couple projects where you say, this family portrait was $425. This is what they got. 2 hours of photos, about 100 photos was sent to them at the end. And then for this family, they got a $600 package and they had 200 photos and this and that. I drove 2 hours for that one. I would say the more projects, the better. You can't stop on any platform. Some people just not doing any research and booking and saying, yeah, can you do it for $50? There's going to be that everywhere you go, no matter what platform you use to find leads. But you will significantly decrease the amount of people who are uneducated in your services if you have all the information there to educate them as much as possible. We've significantly decreased people asking us for a $20 mobile and go when we have listed on our price on our Surface. Our maintenance services starting
Yeah.
at 150 a month and so on. We've significantly decreased that issue.
All right,
Mo, I'm
guys,
gonna.
they're about to
Sorry.
kick us
Yeah.
out.
So
Sorry to cut you off
All
there,
right.
Mo. I appreciate it. These were awesome questions. Thank you, Jacob and Tony, for those insights. I see there are more hands up. I'm sorry we didn't have time to get to you. Please ask your questions in the main Q&A channel. We'll try to get those answered. Reach out to customer support. Thumbtack wants to hear from you. That's why we do this Pro Summit, so we can hear what's going on with you guys and how we can answer your questions. So thanks again for coming. Hope